The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
All right, so we're about 15 minutes away, less than that, from 8 a.m. Billie Eilish tickets coming up for you at 8 o'clock right here with Brian and Kenzie.
I love Billie Eilish.
Oh, God. It's so good.
Can I say, somebody texted in, I think it was Allie, and she said, hey, I just don't get the Billie Eilish hype. She, whispers a lot, whatever. I don't get it. And I have to say, I used to feel like that about her, where I'm like, I don't get the vibe. And I watched her Apple TV docuseries and fell in love with her.
Right.
She's so badass. You see the process of her making music. Also, just hearing her in a room do it and how pretty her voice is when it's she was so cool. And she had the best story about the first music festival she ever played. When you think about the lower billing of Lollapalooza, because there's so many artists on stage. So she did something like that where no one. She had Ocean Eyes out, but it wasn't popular. And she bawled her eyes out because there was one person who watched her set, but she knew every word to Ocean Eyes. And she was like, I'm not she was so blown away that somebody knew all the lyrics to her song that it made her cry. She was so happy. And now think of what she's done set-wise, how many people know her lyrics. So just a really cool, humble person, their whole family working together. She really is awesome if you don't know a lot about her. Now that she is a big name, it sounds silly to say that, but she's really, really cool.
In a very short period of time, in a way, like I said, she played the Q101 Lounge, and that is up at our YouTube channel, on Q101's YouTube channel. 2018, not that long ago, when you were selling out the United Center and several shows at the United Center coming up. The first one being Wednesday, November 13th. I have a feeling they'll announce more once we get that one, done.
They've got 2 shows already.
Oh, it's already 2?
Yeah.
Okay, this is for that show then, the Wednesday, November 13th. And all the accolades and everything, totally deserved.
She's done quite well for herself.
So Billie Eilish tickets coming up at 8 a.m. right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, over the weekend, a lot of joy for a lot of parents out there and for a lot of our listeners that went through college and graduated, like my nephew, John, who graduated from University of Illinois Saturday. They partied yesterday. Saturday was the graduation.
Shouts out, baby.
Whoop, whoop. So this happened in Philadelphia. Now, my wife's from Philadelphia. There's Thomas Jefferson University there. This is a big school with a massive hospital throughout Philadelphia, kind of like Northwestern here in Chicago, where it's dominant downtown. So this is not a small college by any means, very prestigious, okay? So they had their graduation ceremony, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but the woman calling the names up of the nursing students to come up and get their diplomas didn't just mess up one name, could not get any of the names right, to the point where she started getting booed.
Oh, no.
At a graduation ceremony, which, people work 4 years, 5 years to finally graduate and hear their name and walk across, flip the tassel over and get the degree. And then they mess up your name.
And are you not sure if you graduated then? Is that me? Is that me? Do I walk? Is it me? That would suck. I'm me? No,
yeah.
Me? Did I make it?
So we're going to play a little game here. We have the audio of the names she announced. And then I want you, Case, and then you, Kenzie, to guess what you think the name is she's trying to say.
But to be clear, these aren't, Kenzie, did you ever have the fear that people would mispronounce your name? You have a pretty normal name. Was it mispronounced a lot as a kid?
I feel like Kenzie. Misspelled, but not mispronounced.
Brian, what about you? Everybody got your name for the most part, right?
Well, not really, because my last name is Haddad.
And did people mess it up?
I mean, I'd walk in and see people's like Brian Habib. They'd say things completely
Just
wrong.
adding eyes.
Or Haddad.
I was not expecting Habib. I'm sorry.
No. And that's actually a word, but it's not my name. It's Haddad. It's not that. I mean, that's whatever.
I mean, it's phonetically, is how you say your name.
I would just say, as a kid, I'd say it's just Dad. Just remember it like
How
that.
it's spelled.
Yeah.
I think anybody that has a super complicated name or a different spelling, they live in fear of their name being mispronounced. Because my name is Case. It's my real name, but that's not a common name. So I would get, in situations like this, Chase or Casey or Chad or whatever it was.
Casey.
It was a lot of different things.
Was that me? Because I call you Casey.
To be clear in this audio, and I don't know the real names of these people, but it's my understanding these aren't super complicated names, right?
Well, we'll play the audio and you judge. And I'm curious your first reactions to the names, what you think they are. So here is name number 1 she called to come up to the podium and get her degree.
Victoria Lee Zubeth Ross.
Now, Kenzie, what do you think the name is that she's
Luther
trying?
Vandross.
You think Luther Vandross
Like the artist?
sadly passed away? Or no, is Luther still alive?
I don't know.
No, I think he
don't
died.
Text him.
Okay. Anyway,
God.
you think it was Victoria Luther Vandross?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. I want to play one more time.
Victoria Lee Zubith Ross.
Okay, Case, what do you think the name is really?
I feel like I'm locked in on Victoria Lee. The last name, I wonder. Oh man, maybe they're going for like Ross. Maybe it's Victoria Lee Ross.
Victoria
Lee Zubith Ross.
What is it?
The name is Victoria Elizabeth Bruce.
What? What?
That's what she was trying to say.
Victoria Lee Zubith Ross.
She said it's Bruce.
And it's Elizabeth?
And yeah, so, the students, they gave the name they wanted it to read like, and she said Lee. I guess Elizabeth can't be Lee, right? It's Liz.
Yeah,
If you wanna
no,
go
it's
short.
wrong. It's wrong on all accounts.
It's wrong on all accounts. So that was it. And this woman was given phonetic spelling of everybody's name too. The school gave phonetic spelling.
Did they mess up? Like, did they somebody fall on their keyboard when they're spelling it? I'm like, what if this girl, the whole time is the person who did the phonetic spelling?
Right.
Like, they're adding all these letters.
Yeah.
There's a Z in there.
Victoria Lee Zubith Ross.
So she combined the last part of Elizabeth and the last name. I think that's what.
yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't understand where the phonetic breakdown
Where the
was.
space was.
Yeah.
It's tough.
How dare you guys not get that one? That's terrible. All right, so here's another name that this woman screwed up in the graduation ceremony over the weekend. Here we go.
Jessica Lynn Bower.
What do you think the name is, Kenzie?
Can I hear it again
Yeah, yeah.
before I come up with a guess?
Let me go back. Here we go.
Jessica Lynn Bower.
I think she got Lynn.
Interesting. You're confident in Lynn.
She said it with passion. I feel like Lynn's in there on its own.
Okay.
Jessica.
What do you think the name is?
Jessica.
What do you think the first name is?
I'm wondering if it's like a Latin name. Like, where
What?
she really threw it. I don't know, it was like Jesus or something. I'm going to say Jesus Lynn.
And there was a last name in there. One more
Oh,
time.
God.
Jessica Lynn Bower.
Boeing. She's part of the.
She's part of the family.
Yeah, it's an expensive school.
So you think it's Jesus Lynn
Lynn
Bowen?
Bowen.
Okay. All right. Case one more time.
Jessica Lynn Bower.
See, I'm way more confident that it's Jessica rather than it's Lynn.
Oh,
I think it's Jessica Flynn Bowman, like the baseball card company Bowman.
Jessica Flynn Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Lynn Bower.
Her name is Jessica.
Uh-huh.
Good job, Case. Not Jesus. Sorry, Kenzie.
I'm sorry, I don't speak idiot.
Jessica Lynn Bauer.
Oh.
She said Bower. It's not too far off, but then if my name was Bauer and they said Bower, I'd be pissed off.
I'm Jessica?
Yeah, Jessica, not Jesus.
Ross.
Well, here we go.
Jessica.
How is that possible?
It's like Kenzie. It's like the Key and Peele sketch
yeah.
with the
Hey,
substitute
A-Rod?
techer. Yeah, and I think there is a Jessica in that one.
Oh, I wonder what he says.
Yo, Aaron.
Lynn.
Jesuku.
Jessica Lynn
my
Bower.
Okay. Jessica Lynn Bauer. Great nurse. Too bad.
Congratulations to her family.
Yeah. There's a couple more names here. I want to get through all these before we get to the Billie Eilish tickets, okay? So here's
Elio.
okay, so here we go. The next name, this woman screwed up at the Thomas Jefferson University graduation ceremony. She screwed all of them up to the point where she ended up getting booed.
What'd she call the graduation ceremony? Thomas Jeff, could you imagine? Thomas.
All right, here we go. Here's the next name that she screwed up.
Alisuna Cole Bishop.
Okay. What do you think?
Okay,
that-
I feel like this one's easier.
You do?
It's got to be Allison Bishop, probably.
There was a middle name too. me see here.
Nicole.
Nicole Bishop.
I'm going to say Allison Nicole Bishop. I think that's what it
Nicole.
is.
Let's do it. I'm sorry.
Alisuna Cole Bishop.
You think it's what again?
Allison Cole Bishop. I feel like that's what it is.
Okay. Case, what do you think it is? You agree with Kenzie?
I'm with Kenzie on this one.
Okay, so one more time.
Alisuna Cole.
Oh, sorry, I messed up.
What is going on there?
Alisuna.
Nah, let me try. Here we go. Here we go.
Alisuna Cole Bishop.
Okay. So the name is, you guys kind of nailed it. Very close. I think you said it the first time, though, and you didn't say it the second time, but you were right. Allison Nicole Bishop. Kenzie, I think you got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
So she just lopped off the first part of Nicole.
Correct. I don't know what.
Alicina's pretty, though. Maybe we should start
It is.
naming
That's a
people.
really pretty name.
I'm getting some ideas.
Suna.
Alisuna.
Alisuna.
Alisuna Cole Bishop.
You got a little reggae there, Bishop.
I'm sure that's what you wanted.
Yeah, I guess so. You guys are good on that one. Allison Nicole Bishop.
Alicina. These are pretty.
You writing that down for the next kid?
Yeah, I know. I have a folder. So.
There's two more names. I want to get to all of these. These are the ones this woman screwed up during the graduation ceremony. Here we go.
Allison Care Camp Bull.
Come on. She's the heir of a soup company.
That's right.
The heiress.
Yeah. What do you think, Kenzie?
I mean, Allison Campbell. What's the middle one again? I can't even.
Care.
It was
Care.
care. She said care.
I'm going to say
Son.
Cher.
Care.
Here we go.
Allison Cher Campbell.
Allison Care Camp Bull.
I'm going to say, what's amazing is that she didn't get it, Allison, the first, the
Right.
name before it, whatever.
Right.
I'm going to say Allison Cher, like the icon,
Right.
Campbell.
Parents probably big fans in the 70s, and she
Yeah.
got pregnant. There you go.
I think there's no way that there's two Allisons back to back. I'm going to say her name is Alyssa. Her name is Cher Campbell. Alyssa Cher Campbell is my guess.
Well, you sound out Camp Bell, you might get it. So you think it's going to be Alyssa?
I think there's no way that it's Allison. There's no way there's back-to-back Allisons here.
And she got one
Allison.
right.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Allison Care Camp Bull.
So it is Allison.
Oh, damn.
It's not Cher, it's Carol. Allison Carol, and then it is Campbell. Or Campbell.
Campbell soup, baby.
Campbell, not Camp Bell.
Boeing and Campbell in the same building. I mean, this is a powerhouse.
How about it?
Ask questions.
Allison Care Camp Bull.
What is going on?
So her middle name was Carol?
Yeah.
Oh, my
She said
God.
like Cher or Care.
She said care. Yeah,
Care.
she just forgot the last syllable.
Yep. There we are.
Did she herself go like? She had to be like, what is going on with these kids? Everyone's thinking she's in it. She's thinking all these parents are psychopaths.
She's probably like, oh, these millennial parents and all their names.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seriously.
boy. There's one more. Let's finish it off, and then we got the Billie Eilish tickets coming up here in a second. So this is from the graduation ceremony out in Philly where the lady misspelled the name. This is the fifth name, by the way. Now, Case, did you tell me, is this the guy that corrected her when he got to the podium?
You'll hear a little bit of a disruption in the audio, and he at some point goes up to the podium and
I
says,
think my name's Adam.
It's Mike Smith.
It's for the love of God.
Okay, so here we go.
Tom May.
you hear with the background go, it's Thomas.
Oh, boy.
Thomas.
So we don't know the whole what she did to the name. That's what she just did there.
Tom May. Tom May.
Oh my God. Is that what she said at the school? Tom Mume Jefferson. It's the name of the school.
And this guy actually had the toughest name. It doesn't finish on the audio there, but it was Thomas Michael Canaveri Jr.
Good. Watch her nail it.
Oh.
The last name comes out
This just goes right through.
flawlessly.
Done.
Canaveri.
Yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we do have those Billie Eilish tickets in seconds, but we had to play since we just played the audio from the Philadelphia college where the woman mispronounced everybody's name coming up to get their diplomas for the graduation over the weekend. Of course, we had to play some of this.
Now, Ron, where are you? Where is Ron right now? No Ron, huh? Well, you better be sick, dead, or mute, Ron.
Here.
Oh, man. Why didn't you answer me the first time I said it, huh? I'm just asking, I said it like 4 times, so why didn't you say it the first time I said Ron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
Son of a...
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian Kenzie on Q101. Congrats to Catherine in St. Charles. St. Charles got a lot of play today on the show, a lot of talk on that. And she's got the tickets to Billie Eilish, United Center, Wednesday, November 13th. So don't worry, we'll have tickets every day this week, right around this time at 8 o'clock for the Billie Eilish show, which is monstrous, so you can be there. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And there seems to be something, usually we're very in touch with what's going on around Chicago. We do the weekend Q101 on Fridays. We know everything's going on to pass it on to you so we can all have fun together. But something happened over the weekend that miraculously all 3 of us had no clue about. And I'm the most upset because I'm the space nerd in the group.
How come you automatically... how come it's you who's most upset?
Because I beat up myself for not knowing this and passing on to you guys because I research all the space stuff all the time. I'm just a space nerd. I love science.
You're a spacey guy.
And I could have said, hey, Kenzie, maybe go outside Friday night and see this amazing thing.
Right.
I didn't do that. I let you down is what I'm saying. Makes me
did
sad.
let me down.
I really did. Because you could see something in Chicago that you can only see like in Alaska, usually. The Northern Lights were available in the Chicago area, not just Friday, but Saturday and Sunday. And the pictures.
Like they did like a residency. It's unbelievable.
That was a festival. It's like Riot Fest.
I know.
So there was a very rare geomagnetic storm, and that's what caused the lights to be available in the Midwest, actually the whole northern part of the country. And so I don't know how you guys found out it was going on. I go to bed. We're wiped out after the golf at Wrigley on Friday, the upper deck golf thing we did. Mm-hmm. So I was going to bed like 11 o'clock. I just looked at my phone for a second and go, well, check out these pictures. In fact, it was Double Features Mike, who I saw first. And he lives in Indiana.
And you thought he was on vacation.
Yeah, I thought he was in like Iceland.
Good for him. He works hard.
He's had a good year.
He deserves this trip.
Yeah. Instead, he was like at the Indiana Dunes. And he had this beautiful picture that I've only seen in science books my whole life as a kid of the Aurora Borealis in the night sky in the Chicagoland area. I was like, what the hell? And I start scrolling and I see other people posting it. And then I go, well, maybe it's just Indiana then. So whatever, I'm going to bed. And then I see a picture posted from Foster Beach, which I can walk there from where I live.
I mean, you don't walk.
I
you
don't.
obviously take an Uber.
Clearly,
but
I'm going to drive or carry a drone, carry me over there.
What, like a claw machine?
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool,
He wants to
actually.
be cradled like a baby.
Yeah. But so right downtown, and I saw our friend from a movie reviewer from Fox, our friend Kenzie.
Jake Hamilton.
Yeah, Jake's Takes.
Yeah.
He had a picture from his apartment over in Navy Pier looking at it, and he goes, I never thought I'd see this off my bucket list now. And I go, well, it's off my bucket list because I can't see it. So I walked outside of my apartment in the balcony in my underwear trying to see it at about midnight. I didn't see anything.
Your poor neighbors.
Maybe a good old treat there, too.
No, disgusting. They're like trying to see the northern lights. You just come out.
Yeah. Trying to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah, they saw Brian's moon instead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dicking down the deck. It's annoying.
I had boxer briefs on.
Ugh.
Show some shadowing there.
No.
Depends on what you looked at. And I'm like, where are these lights? Everybody's posting them. I can't see these damn lights. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing like the eclipse just a month or two ago. And
I missed that too because in my goggles. I can't see anything.
I know. So then it happened again Saturday and Sunday. And it was much more clear Saturday night. I told Megan I went back to bed and I go, it's cloudy out so you can't see it. But Saturday night was clear as hell. Couldn't see it still. Everybody's still posting pictures. How come everybody else gets to see it and we don't get to see it?
I was literally, I wanted to punch through a wall because I was up pumping milk because you have to wake up in the middle of the night and do it.
Yeah.
Like, even though everyone else is asleep, you still got to do that. And I'm like, I was awake and like could have easily looked at it instead of just staring at my phone. I had no idea. None.
And not to mention, you're on Elgin, so the city lights wouldn't block it out, so you probably had a good view.
People in our neighborhood were posting phenomenal photos of it. I also thought everyone went on a trip. Like lucky bastards. Was this a group vacation? Are you invited?
That's weird. And then Case also, you missed it too, right?
I didn't know what was happening. I feel like what's the northern, I want to call it the Alaskan Lights because I really thought this was only available in Alaska, but the Northern Lights team needs the Eclipse PR team. Because the eclipse, everybody knew when it was coming. We knew what it was. Northern Lights showed up. I had no idea what was happening. Again, I thought all of my friends were on vacation. I thought they had a good year.
You know what makes me mad, too? I'd argue that the Northern Lights is a way prettier thing to look at than the eclipse.
That's fair.
Right? Because it's all colorful and cool.
like
the
the
eclipse is like, it's darker.
It's less dangerous.
Amen.
You can look at the lights. Yeah,
I didn't have to buy an accessory. A lot more affordable.
See, now Corey's checking in. There's too much light in the city. I get it, Corey, but I saw someone at Foster Beach that had a beautiful picture. How could they see it? It's literally like less than a mile from where I live. A mile can't change that much, I don't think.
A mile can change a lot.
Maybe. I mean, these pictures I saw were unbelievable, and I really wish I would have saw it. And so all of our vantage points, me and Case live close.
Some people said you have to use a camera to see them. That's stupid.
What does that mean?
What is it, drawn with invisible ink? What is it like? What does that mean?
I mean,
I guess because they would the lens picks up on certain colors. Space nerd, hit me with it. What do you got?
I honestly don't know. I'm disappointing you again, clearly, on my space knowledge.
So Chad from South Bend said, to be fair, the Northern Lights were not visible to the naked eye for most. There was a night mode on the phone that took a long exposure photo. That is where most people have their pictures from.
Well, damn! So I could have saw it?
Yeah, you could have.
He was outside on his phone tweeting about how lame it is. He couldn't see light. He just held up.
Wait, really? I could have done that?
You should go outside right now and see if you can see them.
It's like they had the Harry Potter invisible cloak on. These Northern Lights.
Well, crap!
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, we're still talking about the Northern Lights that were available in Chicago. It was beautiful over the weekend, at least what I saw on my timeline. And I went out to the balcony twice and looked out and didn't see anything. And I can't figure out how everybody else saw it, but I didn't. And it turns out, I guess you couldn't see it with the naked eye. I just found that out, which was pretty amazing.
So honestly, people didn't see it unless they took a picture of it anyways. So we saw the same thing everyone else saw. We both saw it via the
That's
picture.
a good way to put it because we just saw a picture of it.
Yeah,
and
you just looked at the plain sky too.
Yeah.
Who cares?
So we're awesome is what you're saying.
Yeah, we saw it.
We're fine.
We were there.
Adam's checking in, so you saw it too, right, Adam?
Yeah, Brian. Actually, I used to live up in the Upper Peninsula, and I've got pictures of gray wispy clouds, and I was thinking I've never seen the Northern Lights, but here I am. I've got pictures of them on my phone. Didn't even know it.
Now, did they come through on your phone, or you just had pictures of the gray wispy clouds because you didn't change it to night mode? I guess what you had to do.
I never changed it to the night mode.
So you missed out too, but you saw it. You just didn't, like us, you didn't know.
Yeah, that's how I found out about the naked eye thing, because I looked it up, and there's pictures. If you look it up on Google, it'll show you a side-by-side picture of Northern Lights with the exposure and without the exposure.
Huh.
I hope that every time someone, you're like, oh, I have really great pictures of Northern Lights, you just show them those gray clouds.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what they look like.
Well, actually, I'm just going to take pictures off Facebook and say, yeah, here's my picture. Isn't it cool? Because it's like no one saw it live, right? I mean, no one really saw it in real
That's how
time.
everyone saw it.
It's rare to actually see all those colors. It has to be like an extraordinary flare-up for them to see the greens and reds without the exposure camera.
Yeah, it's like an STD. It has a big flare-up,
That's how you see it.
and then you see it.
Or feel it.
Brian flare-ups all the time.
Hey! Oh, that was unnecessary, but actually very funny. All right, thanks, Adam. Appreciate you, man.
You're welcome.
Okay, can we agree as a group then? Just us three in the room here. No one's listening. Just
That
us
you
three.
have an STD?
No,
Oh,
no,
what?
that's false.
What were you gonna say?
That we all saw the Northern Lights.
Well, obviously, if it was just the gray clouds.
Yeah.
Saw those all weekend, baby.
Yeah, of course.
So if everybody talks to us, you go, "Oh, did you see it? It was amazing." And then if
Yeah.
someone asks us, just show the picture on the phone everybody else posted.
I don't think we're lying. I think everybody probably saw them. They just didn't realize the gray wispy clouds were this alleged historic event.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know there was a rainbow if you took a picture of it at a certain light.
Is that how it is even
In Alaska?
Iceland? Yeah.
I
Because
don't think so.
that feels like a ripoff.
If I flew all the way there,
To see some gray clouds.
someone told me, nope, that's what they are without a camera, I would punch someone in the face.
He said, I saw all these books, these pictures of it in the sky. And I was going to lay there underneath them, naked, and look at them.
I wasn't going to lay there naked.
I was.
Oh, God. I hope you never fly there.
Can you imagine, by the way, being at the dunes and like a large group of people and they all know what's up? They know you have to look through your camera for it, but you don't know that. You would feel like the biggest idiot as everybody's oohing and eyeing. And you're like, I don't see it. Where is it?
You're trying to get like the right filter? You're like, I don't understand.
Do you just ooh and ah and pretend?
Yeah, you would have to lie at that point.
Yeah.
Also, all I can imagine now is Brian in Alaska, naked, getting attacked by a bear.
You're welcome.
How, like, wouldn't you just say, wouldn't that be a moment where you really wish you kept your clothes on if a bear started attacking
At least
you?
I could talk to the bear about the northern lights I was
Like-
kind of seeing.
I think if a bear attacked me, I'd be like, God, I wish I had pants on. This sucks.
I think he would have eaten me either way, the bear.
What?
He'd eat me either way if I had pants on or not.
I know, but like running away from it without pants on.
Oh, that's a bad look.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 20 years ago today.
Hit me with it.
Ready for this? I'm just going to play this music and see if it hits something for you when I hit this.
Hey, baby, I hear
Frasier.
the blues are
There you go.
and scrambled eggs.
20 years ago today was the final episode of Frasier.
I love that show.
Did you like it a lot?
I didn't get to watch it like, wait for episodes. I watched it later in life.
Sure.
And I've tried to get my husband Roman into it because I'm like, let's just watch the whole thing. Because I never watched the whole thing front to back. I just have watched episodes. And he's like, no, it's pretentious. I go, no, it's making fun of it. The whole thing's super self-deprecating. They're making fun of how pretentious they are, and it's hilarious.
Well, if people remember the show in real time, it was an offshoot of Cheers. It was a spinoff, I should say, where Fraser Crane used to come in the bar with Norm, our great Chicagoan Norm, and Cliff Clavin, and Sam Malone. And he would come in there, and he was the elitist in there, just kind of like he is on the show Frasier, with all these bar rats talking conversation. But he fit in, and he was hilarious on Cheers. And Frasier was a great show, too. I mean, I liked Frasier a lot, too. Case was talking about it when we walked in this morning. He said, did you say you have no memory of the show?
I have no knowledge of it.
Yeah.
Like, you think about Seinfeld and Friends and these shows that were on in the 90s, but that people in their 20s still care about and still have an affinity for. I don't know a single person in my life, other than apparently Kenzie, which I'm stunned by, is like, oh, give me that Frasier. I need my Frasier fix.
It's so underrated, and it's because of the premise that it doesn't get that. Like, Friends sounds fun. People in their 20s and then early 30s.
People have friends.
Coffee shop, New York. Okay, fine. So, like, everyone likes that. So, Frasier sounds potential. It's like the Seattle. He's a therapist. Okay, it's not for everybody, but it's so funny, Case. I, dare you to watch an episode of this. You're going to cry laughing because the dad's a war veteran, but then he has these two, super fruity sons who are pretentious. And he's just, so disappointed in them all the time. And it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's just,
It
weird.
is.
Oh, my God, I love it.
He's such a curmudgeon, old,
Yes.
guy, tough guy. And,
and his sons are like, oh, you're going to the musical tonight? It's so funny.
Yeah, it is. It's a great show. And basically, if you've never seen it, Frasier is a radio host, a psychiatrist on the radio.
Which I was like, that would be fun. Just let's dig in. I would love some deep phone calls that we just dive into.
I don't want to open that can of
some
worms.
of them were so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the phone calls were so funny. I didn't mean to sleep with somebody else. It was just it was a mildly Jerry Springer. Very entertaining.
Well, there was also a lot of huge actors that did those guest roles, those voiceovers as the people calling in. I can go through the list of people, but a lot of people ended up on other shows and other big movies, and big actors got in there, including was it John Kazarinsky from The Office?
Krasinski.
Krasinski.
What do you work for, Thomas Jefferson University?
Anyway, the list is too long to mention all the people that did guest spots on it, but it was certainly an insider show that way because you wanted to get on and be a caller on Frasier.
It was so funny.
Yeah, 20 years
in
ago.
case you can relate, because the producer on the show, Roz, his show producer, is constantly yelling at him for timing.
Yeah.
Oh, good. It's like we're 2 minutes late to go into a commercial break now.
How about that?
She's like always upset with him. Like, you have to cancel the call, or the caller's like was going to act a certain way and doesn't, which you see Case throw his hands in the air every time a caller comes on and says something they weren't supposed to say. And you would honestly really enjoy it.
It's almost like we should go to break now and then come back and talk Frasier in 7 minutes.
Oh, I should probably do that.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
All right, so we're just talking about Frasier. It was the 20-year anniversary of the final show. And by the way, we're 12 minutes away from your chance to get to the Austin City Limits Music Festival at 9 o'clock. We'll give out that keyword right at 9, so stay here for that with Brian and Kenzie. Here was the final scene of Frasier. When we've done these 20-year anniversary things, we've always played the final scene. Like last week, it was Friends, which is kind of weird. So wait, Friends ended 20 years ago, and Frasier did a week after that?
Yeah.
Good TV just like died.
Well, they were both on NBC, right?
So they lost their whole Thursday night lineup in like 1 week?
Yeah, because Friends would have had an hour-long block, I would assume, and then Frasier would have got bumped to the next week.
Friends was a half-hour show.
Yeah, but I'm sure the finale was an hour.
Oh, yeah, the finale, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
They had so much to, do.
So much to
wrap up.
to close up after 10 years.
They were just yapping for an hour.
And ended up going to get coffee.
Where should we go?
Wow, so they lost Friends and Frasier in a week.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, luckily Joey saved them, the Friends spinoff.
Well, I was trying to remember what replaced them. Those
Holy
shows.
crap. Did that actually happen?
Yes, that was a real thing that happened, the Joey spinoff.
I don't remember that at all.
No one does. No one watched it.
Oh, it's too bad.
Now, I think the next year, and this is where my knowledge of NBC television really comes into play, which I do consider myself to have an above-average knowledge of.
Well, that's why you're on the show.
Naturally, that's why I was hired,
Yeah,
is
that's right.
in case we talk about mid-2000 sitcoms. The next year, I believe it was 2005, NBC added My Name is Earl to the Thursday night lineup, and that is one of the most underrated shows of all time.
That is a great show.
Big My Name is Earl fan.
You ever seen that, Kenzie? Did you watch My Name is Earl?
Oh, that's right. I had to Google the picture to like.
You do have to kind of see it to know the cast, and it is a great show to binge.
What's that guy's name?
Jason
again?
Lee.
What else was he in?
Professional skateboarder turned My Name is Earl. He was in Mallrats, too.
A lot of the Jay and Silent Bob movies. He
Yeah.
was in Chasing Amy, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something that made me go, oh, that's right, and you didn't. So, never mind.
He was
None of that's where I saw him before.
He
for
was
sure.
also the lead singer of the band in Almost Famous and killed it in that role. He was so funny as the lead singer.
He was in Almost Famous?
Yeah, the singer.
That's probably where I Thank you, Brian.
Yep.
I haven't seen Almost Famous. I'm sorry.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
I'd like to see it. It looks awesome.
We've got to do The Godfather before you do Almost Famous. We got to go down the list of the bigger
Yes,
movies.
we have to see The Godfather.
We don't know what this week's movie is, right?
No, we got to watch Frasier first, apparently.
Well, Kenzie dared, or not dared. Did you dare him to watch
She dared
it?
me.
Oh, I use that too loosely. I have to stop doing that.
She threatened
It's
Case.
just, I just say dare when I really want people to do stuff because then I feel like they have to.
Well, Case is going to do it. He's going to watch one episode of Frasier he'd never seen.
Yeah, dare is like a loaded gun. Be careful with it. When you
I
dare
know.
somebody, it has consequences.
I like dare my son to clean his room. Like, I dare you.
I double dog dare you.
I usually use it in inappropriate ways.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to play this because it's 17 seconds, the last 17 seconds of Frasier. Here it is.
It's going to be sad.
It's a little sad because he's signing off on the radio.
I have loved every minute with my KACL family
I'm going to cry.
and all of you.
Go ahead, Ken.
For 11 years, you've
Let it
heard me
out.
say, I'm listening. Well, you were listening too. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Good night, Seattle.
Woo!
When our show ends, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put Q101 in instead. We're going to say the same. We're going to do the whole, like the monologue.
I'm going to play some song with a bunch of swear words in it. That's what I
You
want to
do
do.
that on accident sometimes anyways.
It's Brian Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.